When you start a company and you realize there's no magic checkbook, there's no dollars that just appear every time you have to run payroll. When it comes time to write that check, there's this tendency to weigh and measure people. Did I really get this many dollars worth of value out of this person this week?
Everybody is scared that they have a job to defend. It's really rare that you have an environment where you're safe to give up that personal, I've got to hold on to this because this is my responsibility, my job.
It's really easy, especially in creative work, to become almost a naysayer, just to critique too heavily, where you're just saying no to everything. I don't like this, I don't like that. None of these ideas are good enough, none of these taglines are good enough.
There can be a tendency to blame them or maybe discount them a little bit or see them as less than they are. At each step that you feel a little bit disappointed, a little bit like you didn't get your value, a little bit more like they're taking more than they're giving. And that perspective can be very inward focused and very damaging to the relationship. It can really, really fast completely destroy a relationship with an employee.
When Amy first started this company, she had this tagline that was this socially minded creative agency. And at the very beginning, it was based on this idea that we want to do good.
Before I started working with Arbinger, I just felt like there were some things that, I was making the decision for my own opinion or my own, what I needed to do for me to defend the company or whatever, and it felt very personal if I wanted to say no to somebody who really wanted something. After I started being coached by Arbinger, it was just so easy to really see things in terms of these are real people and they have hopes and dreams that are as real as my own.
By changing our mindset and focusing on others' objectives instead of our own, we're able to create an experience for our clients that is just smooth, free of drama, free of the normal obstructions that would prevent good creative work from being done. I think we maintain a really smooth and positive workflow so that we can hit the deadlines, please the clients, and also not tear each other apart.
As a designer, I still have to sit in front of a computer and design or build a strategy or write, a piece of communication. The action hasn't changed. But what has changed is, who am I thinking about? Am I thinking about creating this experience? Am I thinking about the user who's going to stand behind it and use it? Am I thinking about the content that they're going to read, how they're going to reflect on it? Am I thinking about how what I'm designing, how what I'm building is going to further their career? And so all those behaviors could be done, differently, But am I thinking about, being outward focused and thinking about that? And it's hard sometimes. You just get stuck in your head, which is why I think having a culture of people who are outwardly focused is great, because it always pulls you back to that.
My responsibilities as a leader were to do the right thing for them, right? And to create the most stable environment for them, and do the right thing by the client, and do the right thing by my partners, and do the right thing by my shareholders. And all of those things together really helps me make decisions that are sometimes hard because somebody that I care about in my organization wants something, and sometimes you have to say no. And the reason that you're saying no, before, it felt really personal, it's in my opinion that I'm saying no to this because it's my company or whatever. And now it's you know what, let's really consider how this impacts our partners and how this impacts our clients and how this impacts our teammates. And it just took the personal feeling out of it, and it feels so much more like just doing the right thing by the company, even though when it's the hard thing, is always the best thing. And I feel like people take it better too, or people feel really valued. And I feel like even when I'm saying something that's really hard for them, they respect. I'm the kind of person who's going to take care of the company and take care of the team.
I'm living alone. I'm living alone. I'm living alone. I'm living alone.
At the end of the day, I think outward mindset, that becomes all of our measurables. And I think what's different about an outward mindset versus an inward mindset for a company is that the measurable becomes different and it becomes more substantial.
Culture is everything for us, and like trying to figure out how to build a very deliberate culture that has this external mindset that isn't internally focused is super important, and it's something that like we're striving to do every day and that we're trying to bake in at every level of how we operate.